Blown property damage limit.
Okay, what's the claim number? Oh, yes. Okay, I know what claim this is. So, I got your demand for the damages that the city had to pay for. I was recently reassigned to this claim because the adjuster that handled this claim initially back in 2023 is no longer with the company. So I was getting myself acquainted with the claim, and it looks like there was an issue here with the limits that were available for this loss, meaning that we had an issue paying out the property damage portion of this claim because we didn't have enough funds based on the coverage that the insured carried. And as a result, we had a release that was signed from the original insurance company that handled the damages to the second vehicle. And so now we've received your demand. And so what we're going to need to do, because technically this is what we call like a blown limits claim, meaning that we are going to end up paying out more than we have in coverage because of the fact that it was already partially paid. So what I'm waiting on now is for a manager to review it. And we're going to need to determine exactly how much in percentage we paid to the other party, because we didn't pay their full scope of demand because it was nearly twice what we had available. So we're going to figure out the exact percentage of what we paid them, and then we will offer you a pro rata for that same percentage for the demand that you sent in from the state. So if that's not something that you guys would agree with, I mean, we wouldn't pay out anything to you. You would have to, at that point, potentially seek legal counsel because we wouldn't pay you if you're not willing to release. Right, and so this claim was from a couple of years ago. I'm assuming that the adjuster was under the impression that there was just damage to another vehicle and not the property surrounding the accident scene. Your demand comes in 2 years late, so he negotiated with the original insurance company. They signed a release to the effect of about 50%, give or take a few percent. And so we're going to need to make that same offer to you with the same percentage for your demand. We can't negotiate because, again, we're already at this point, we're going to be over limit, and we can only do what we've paid the original damages for, which is a little over 50%. Okay. Right, so let me get the senior manager to review this claim because, again, like I said, the issue with this claim is going to require a higher level of overview. So let me get with them, get the percentage together, get the offer together, and I will send that over to you. If you guys choose to seek legal counsel for those damages, then you can have a letter of representation sent in and we can go from there. Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we like to call a clusterfuck. The original adjuster paid the limit on this claim, and this release isn't even executed properly, which means if they were to sue us, we would have no legal ground to deny. And so now we're getting another demand for another substantial amount, and we're going to have to pay the same percentage we paid the original party, and we've already paid them limit. So we're going to end up paying almost double what we have available for coverage on this claim because the original adjuster paid the demand without ensuring there was nothing else going on at the scene. Yeah, so we call this a blown limits claim, which means that we're going to pay more than what we have. And so glad that this was not me that did this. I'm just going to have to clean up the mess, and I can understand now why this adjuster is no longer with the company. Someone done fucked up. Ron, say it wasn't you. All right, wasn't me.